Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2004's modded career mode. Today, outside of my rock candy that I got from my beautiful wife, I'm checking on Sonoma. This is also after Honda helped us out. After Honda went through and did some work on our cars while we were in Michigan. I mean, today might be a pretty good day. Let's take our best car that we can, which is fully 100% taken care of vehicle. Let's go ahead and head on to Sonoma. And I'm going to finish my rock candy before qualifying. Let's go racing. I told you I'd finish my rock candy in time for qualifying. The good news is we have qualifying. The bad news is my microphone is much higher than it should be, and I just hit the wall. So we're just going to go ahead and hit restart. And I'll move my microphone down because I don't like my microphone being in my face. Didn't see my screen. Now that we're officially taking our real qualifying lap, and I'm a little hyped up on some sugar, the Honda, Civic Type R feels really good. We already know that Honda has a great road coursing program because they built a really good F1 team. But this feels like it's on another level. It feels much better than any of the other road course cars that we've actually used from Honda. And I'm actually kind of tempted to do my best to keep this car as clean as possible for this race so that we can bring this car to Talladega, which is next. So that's my goal. Run this car as clean as possible, which means I'm hoping, because we've seen it before, I'm hoping to qualify at the top, at least top 4. Because we know this Honda's got it in it. Sonoma and Watkins Glens are also like 2 of my favorite tracks in NASCAR Thunder 04. Not because of anything like cheaty or, cutting track and corner and stuff like that, but like it just flows so well. P8 on lap 1. I'm beginning to feel like maybe this is going to be like a 2-stop race. Like it all is going to come down to 2 stops.
Wow, quick lap.
And we got the pole position for Sonoma. Oh, this race is everything for us.
We're at a 2-mile road course, the Infineon Raceway, for another NASCAR Winston Cup race. It always makes it interesting to watch these drivers have to turn left and right.
This track really shows off a driver's talents. This is truly a course where your skill alone can mean the difference between finishing first and 41st.
The 53 car has had some run-ins recently with Sterling Marlin.
If they don't want this to become a problem on the track and with NASCAR, those guys need to use their heads a bit out there. You can rub fenders now and again, but it shouldn't be a weekly occurrence.
Ryan Newman will try to use this race to close in on the points lead.
He needs to just keep digging like he has been. Sometimes when a driver reaches the top 5 in points, they start to push themselves too hard on race day and wind up losing spots instead. I'm sure he doesn't want that.
The 52 car cannot be too happy with his qualifying runs at the road courses this year.
When you are always starting in the back, it puts extra pressure on the driver and the team. You constantly have to be on your toes, looking for that next position and watching for wrecks. If you qualify poorly, it makes it that much harder to have a good finish.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
It's just something about the pageantry that is a nighttime race, isn't it? So green flag is up, and I've got Carl Edwards on my inside. I've got 2 Hendrick drivers behind me. And I slid in front of Carl Edwards, but opened the door for Kyle Busch to go by. He's a sneaky choice for this type of race, but I think we're going to get him. Oh, man, got a little dent. We should be good. Just going to do the dive on the inside. Okay. That didn't work out the way I expected it to, but looks like Kyle Busch will lead for a while. Yeah, the car goes through the S section a lot better than I anticipated it to. So looks like Honda really worked hard on the car while we were in Michigan. So good to see Honda helping us out and actually being in the shop. Well, Kyle Busch will lead this lap, but that's okay by me.
73.41.
1 second, just 1 second back. We got 20 laps left.
20 laps to go. Steven is 38th, AJ Allmendinger 39th, and Joe is 41st. We got to address the qualifying issue between these guys because, my word, them always qualifying back in the back has got to be stressful for them. It's stressful for me, stressful for my wallet. So through the S section, actually this time by, I lost some time to Kyle Busch.
Go easy on those.
Car's a little loose now under, downshifting. Not as bad as I would have hoped, but things are looking okay. Glad to see John Andretti back on track. He is currently 42nd, with David Strimmy being dead last and 43rd. Yeah, I'm just losing time now to Kyle Busch. Oh, little small corner cut there. I mean, I did have like at least one wheel still on the black. Wasn't that much of a corner cut. I got Denny Hamlin behind me. I told you guys after Michigan's thing that we're good with Denny Hamlin from here on out. So he looks like he doesn't want any revenge for that. And we're good. We're friends again, sort of.
There's a guy on your right.
Trying not to get into Kyle Busch there.
Okay, we're clear.
Gonna go ahead and do some agricultural work.
Lost a spot. We're third.
At the end of the day, I'm just trying to get this car all the way to Talladega. So however we get to Talladega is how we're going to get this car to Talladega.
Got a car on your left, buddy. Number 11 wants to get by you.
What a dive that was not going to work. I was fine with just going straight on. Again, we're trying to get this car to Talladega today.
73.91.
Leaders gaining a couple tenths
Because the folks over at Honda provided us a really good car.
3 seconds.
And I don't know if this car was supposed to be used for Talladega.
Be careful.
They didn't say. But anytime we can do good, I think we'll be
There's a guy on your
fine.
right. The 11 car. Got into you there.
Okay, I kind of got into Denny Hamlin. I didn't expect him to brake as hard as he did,
You're clear.
but we're okay. I'm actually making a concerted effort to try to keep this car as clean as possible.
Right. You're in second now. Clear on both sides.
Okay, now that we've done some more agricultural work and got some more dirt on the grill, and even more dirt on the grill,
There's a guy on your right.
Your right front tire's a little worn. Careful now.
Okay, we're clear.
He's been talking about you on the radio.
I really don't want to keep racing against Denny Hamlin because that's allowing Kyle Busch to drive away.
0.
Gonna have to step it up to stay in this one.
Got one on your right. Up to second. Keep digging. The 5 car. It's the leader.
I love how my crew chief said, I'm gonna have to step it up to, stay in this one. They ain't lying. Kyle Busch is not making any mistakes right now. Neither is Denny Hamlin, and these guys, I believe, are one of them, or they both actually are going for Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. This is a really loaded class. Okay, we're doing okay now. Come on. Ah. Got a good angle there. So 5 laps to go, or 5 laps down, and it looks like we're almost halfway on fuel. And I'm about to get my first lead.
5 is coming right.
He might try to rattle your cage.
Don't know why Kyle Busch
That's what I'm talking
tried to knock the wall down, but you know what? That's fine. Steven and Joe 38th and 40th, and AJ Allmendinger still 37th. So the field is getting strung out here. Jeff Gordon has dropped all the way to the back, though. He is definitely listed as 43rd. I could have sworn he was just behind us. At some point, he was behind us. I don't know what happened. Did anybody see Jeff Gordon fall out the race? Guys, Jeff Gordon just drove his car straight to to the garage. I think it was something terminal. Scott Pruitt has dropped down to 42nd. Pruitt qualified up near like the top 10, like top 15, top 20. So him dropping to 42nd. Is there just a consistent problem going on? I really shouldn't worry about it, guys, should I? I should just focus on my race. Just run my race and kind of build a gap on Kyle Busch and then just kind of see what we can do for a pit stop. Because as it stands right now, I think we're going to have to pit twice. Joe has leapfrogged a couple of guys. He's up to 34th now. I would hit the wall as I'm sitting here. Trying to scratch my nose. I tried to scratch my nose and just hit the wall. I'm such an idiot. Well, this car is going to go to Talladega with some damage. All because of an itchy nose. Say rest in peace, itchy nose in the chat. All right, so we're getting up the hill still really well. 8 laps down. I needed to figure out exactly how far we can extend this. I mean, this is going to be a 2-stop race, it seems like, regardless. But let's see how far we can go. Also, if that left front quarter panel comes off, that means that we're going to have a debris caution. Which is something I don't think we want to have. Okay, we can do about 9 laps. Because the 2.0 is probably not going to be enough to get around an extra lap. So about 9 laps on fuel. So if we were to pit again, it would have to be like lap 18, which is way too short.
76-64. Nice job.
I only stayed out because I was hoping to catch some guys a lap down, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get a lot of people down. We are going to need 4 tires and fuel, and I am thinking and contemplating heavily on just repairing this damage to prohibit us from having to worry about a debris caution. Also, very weird that our Honda Civic Type R is only burning the front tires off, not the rear. Fuel tank almost empty. That's fine. It is down on speed. Kyle Busch is somewhere back there behind me still. He's still in second. But he may be getting held up by some of the lap cars.
Got one on your right.
All right, we're going to go ahead and repair that damage, get another round out on the wedge, and this still will be like 9 laps, so maybe we'll pit around lap 16, which will be a little short by about a couple of laps, but that's okay if we stay green. That's the other thing, we got to stay green. Joe and Steven have worked their way up to 18th and 20th. I believe they're still circulating on track without coming down pit road, but we did make it 9 laps, so that's really cool. And I see now that the 5 cars on pit road with me. Cool. Come on, no mistakes, boys. I know I damaged the left front. Is that the rear tire changer again? That's the rear tire changer. That is his 3rd mistake. And that just cost me. Because Kyle Busch just passed me. So did Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth. But 9 laps. I don't know if that was more of a rear tire changer issue than maybe just like a little bit of an issue with our, pit equipment. So that one is like a 3 asterisk. It's just an asterisk next to the 3. But our rear tire changer has been costing us a lot lately, guys. See the 39 car on pit road. That'd be Scott Pruitt. Seems like he's actually coming back out on track. Or he's, withdrawing from the race. He's only completed 7 laps today. So he's a few laps behind. So I'm beginning to think that if there's a caution, we're going to bring it down and get 4 tires and fuel. If there's a caution that comes out. Which is completely possible. I mean, it is a no. Joe and Steven had dropped to 38th and 40th.
Looking to settle the score.
All right, so it looks like pit stops have begun again here on track, as some cars have already hit pit road.
Easy now. Gonna need some of that grip later.
Our car is just not wanting to turn properly. I have spent some time to try my best to catch up to the leaders, though.
You might try to rattle your cage.
So it just feels like we may have let this one slip.
60.
I think this is the closest I've ever been to Kyle Busch since pit road. We will be pitting soon as I try to make this move on Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth.
Wants to get by you. Got one on your right.
Almost didn't get the car slowed up.
All clear, buddy. 71, 87. Dig, buddy, dig.
Ran one heck of a lap that time.
Go easy on those Eagles, driver. Hard to your left. That bump didn't hurt us. The car's okay.
Got into Matt Kenseth a little bit. That's fine.
Still there.
He returns the favor immediately.
Clear on both sides.
The damage isn't too bad on the car, so I am contemplating heavily pitting this time. I think a pit now would be a good idea.
Watch it. There's a car on your left.
And I'm just gonna rush through Kurt Busch as possible
Clear.
because Denny Hamlin's right in front of me. The pit window being as wide as it is right now is insane to think about. All right, bring it on. Bring it in. Bring it in. No pit speed. No pit speed. 4 tires, fuel, repair the damage. Go ahead. I did the best I could. I did the best I could. I'm nervous because this is a 2-stop race. We've already seen our rear tire changer have an issue. Hopefully it was just a pit mechanical issue, not him. He's already costed me 2 different things in the previous race, so let's hope that it doesn't happen this time.
Down on this end of pit row, it looks like a routine service. They're changing 4 tires.
Come on, 4 tires and fuel.
It'll only be a 4-tire stop. They're also going to put in 1.5 tanks.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Good. We are now 11th. Make that 12th as Ryan Newman gets by us.
That was a clean stop. No mistake.
Good pit stop. We're going to be out around Casey Mears, Joe Nemechek. Reed Sorensen is next. And here comes Sterling Marlin.
Got one on your right. Number 14 is going to make it hard for you to get around him. Okay, we're clear.
I'm not worried about Sterling.
There's a guy on your right.
I am worried about this damage he has, though.
The 14 car is still there. Number 14 is looking left. Okay.
So I got to pick my way through traffic. So, yes, that means bumping into some of these guys.
He's not too happy with you. You're clear.
I mean, the goal is still to try to get this car home in one piece. So,
There's a guy on your right.
got past Joe Nemechek. So we're back up to 13th. Chasing down Casey Mears now. Someone's blowing up. That'd be the 80 of Mike Bliss. That was a good pit entry. Gonna make this move on Casey Mears here.
On your right.
Oh, I love that switchback. Faked right, going left.
Time to go. Way to get around him, buddy. Clear on
Scott Pruitt is back on track. He is 3 laps down and 42nd. Jeff Gordon is out of the race. They parked that 24 car. For whatever reason, something must have happened mechanically for them not to complete the race. Gordon's a good road course guy, as well as Robbie Gordon, too. So, real big surprise that Hendrick did not get the 24 car in a good state for today's nighttime race, especially in his hometown, man. Or his home state, sorry. Kyle Busch has assumed the lead. I am still racing Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Matt Kenseth. Okay, just past Denny Hamlin on pit road.
Got a car on your left, buddy. Ease up a little.
Excuse me, Newman. You're in the way.
Car, it's coming up quick.
We are now 7th, chasing Jimmy Johnson, who is 6th. There's Scott Pruitt right there, guys.
Clear on both sides.
So sad for Scott Pruitt. He's just out here just kind of logging laps at this point. Received word from the announcing team that Scott Pruitt had a broken rocker on. Leader is still Kyle Busch, guys.
On your left, buddy.
Kyle Busch still leads.
That's a textbook pass there. Good job. Clear.
Got a good move on Jimmy Johnson. Just past Casey Kane, who's on pit road. So I am literally racing Kyle Busch.
40.
But I think Kyle is running slower because he does not have fresh tires and he's probably conserving. It would be surprising to see if he goes all the way to the end from here because, I mean, might as well. Made your bed, might as well lay in it. Some very wide pit windows, though, for real. Surprised to see PJ Jones back here struggling. He's a road course ringer, but he is driving the car that Derek Cope usually drives, so you can understand that. And I just got word from my crew chief that Kyle Busch has come down pit road, which means technically I think Jimmy Johnson would inherit the lead here or inherit second.
Watch it. There's a car on your left.
I just realized that Scott Pruitt actually can finish 41st if he passes Mike Bliss at this point. So good on Scott Pruitt for getting back out there with that team.
41.
Keep coming. We're getting there. 1 second.
Just past Bobby Labonte.
Got a car on your left, buddy. Clear on both sides.
Actually, it's Denny Hamlin who gets second place as they pass Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson, who took late pit stops. Up the hill we go. Joe is up to, well, was up to 20th. He's down to 21st after getting passed by Dale Jr.
Okay, we're clear.
But it's good to see that most of the Hondas are together. 22nd, 23rd, and 24th is Joe, AJ, and Steven.
You should be about halfway on fuel.
We've got plenty of time. So, like I said, I want to try to get this car home in one piece. So I'm not really forcing the issue with PJ Jones, even though he doesn't make as many races. It's mainly because I just don't want to destroy the car on something stupid, something that could easily be, avoided. So just saw that John Andretti's on pit road, Steven's on pit road, and so is Joe. And PJ Jones just tried to knock the wall down. I stand corrected. So Joe, AJ, and Steven, fuel efficiency apparently bit them. They are 37th, 38th, and 39th. What a shame for those guys. Those guys are running really well. All right, coming down the S curves.
Easy now. Gonna need some of that.
Doing some agricultural work, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. We're going to go through these last couple corners. I might let the 43 get his lap back. Matter of fact, Bobby Labonte, go get your lap back, son.
Number 43 is looking to pass.
He's 33rd.
You let him by, he's gonna make things tough on him.
Watch it.
So I let Bobby Labonte go, but we're going to go ahead and bring it on home with the win.
That's a win.
Enjoy that victory lap.
We got the win, guys. We got the win. I'm so happy. Woo!
Not many drivers led a lap in this race.
Yep, there weren't too many battles up front for position. Those guys who ran in the top 5 were pretty dominant all race long.
The 53 car was the car to beat all race long.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that. He led the most laps, and more importantly, he led the last lap, which gives him the victory.
The 53 car has someone new to look out for on race day.
You don't make it into Cup racing without being competitive, and sometimes those instincts get a little out of hand. It should be fun to see what happens next.
We won. We won at Sonoma. That's huge for our little team. It's going to mean a lot for us. We got $403,000 after we spent $750,000. Multiple drivers led a lot of laps. 3 guys led the majority of the laps, which means 3 guys get all bonus points because of how the calculations work in this. So those 3 guys are me, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin. So we didn't break the tie on who had the most laps. So everybody got 10 points extra, which is fine, all things considered. Would have been great to have gotten it myself, but whatever. We had, surprisingly, no cautions today, which is, again, surprising. We did beat Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, who came out 5th, Brian Vickers, Terry Labonte, surprise part-timer, comes up in the top 10 for Hendrick Motorsports. Casey Kane, Jamie McMurray, and Carl Edwards, your top 10. A little bit further down, though, and unfortunately, a lap down and off the pace would have been our boys. I say our boys, I mean Joe, AJ Allmendinger, and Steven. They were all kind of tied together, and it seems like they just stayed tied together. John Andretti finished 40th after starting 41st. They were back there in traffic, and I don't think they were able to get through the traffic. That may have been their problem. Scott Pruitt did return to the track, like I documented earlier. Finished 5 laps down, 5 laps off the pace in 41st after starting 14th. Finishing 16 on lap 16. So he finished 41st. Mike Bliss, we saw, was running slow on track. Scott Pruitt, by virtue of just him being back out there, even at a reduced pace, not getting a lap down again, allowed him to finish 41st instead of 42nd. So that helped. Jeff Gordon, of course, really documented him. He started 4th. He was behind me, and he was just gone. I can't even explain that. So, looks like we're going to head back home as, what is this, our 3rd race win this season in a Honda? Hello? So before I went on and did all the other tertiary things that you guys sort of love, I realized that in the garage, we have officially got our 3rd chassis. That is officially done by Tony Marinello. This is the updated chassis that it seems like we were building. We were supposed to have like 8 races time to get it built. That when Honda came by, they apparently lended some extra people to help Tony get this done in overtime. So following Sonoma, we got a better chassis than we've ever even witnessed. Actually, that by far is our best tire gripping chassis in our stable, because and tire wear for that matter. This is our best chassis out here. That's crazy. Engine wise, it seems like that engine was really solid. Could just do a little bit of work on the durability aspect. I am contemplating throwing, we'll throw 132 at the second engine because it needs an overhaul, and I think an overhaul would tremendously help it because it goes from 53, 53, and 59 to 55, 54, and 62, which will be just in enough time for the engine shop to also be done. So we'll start being able to build a new engine. We might call on Honda to help us out. As far as the bodies go, a little disappointing to see that we don't have a really solid body. So I probably shouldn't use the best one that Honda gave us, but it is what it is. My fault, all things considered. But thinking maybe an overhaul on body number 1 will also help. And since we're already scraping the bottom of the barrel for money, we might as well just go ahead and overhaul chassis number 1 as well. Wow, we're about to be flat broke. We're about to be at $0. Y'all see this, right? If I hit overhaul, we're gonna be at 0. You know what? The hell with it. We're gonna throw all our money at this. $0 in the bank, baby. We got 0. No money left. Yeah. All right. So I had to do that. I had to. We got no money. We're actually flat broke. There is $0. At least the good news is we have our tires already and gas. The EA Sports 500 at Talladega is next as we get closer and closer to the chase for the cup. We're flat broke. That's funny. We don't have any money. We have to complete the next race really well. We are still 11th in the standings. We are 2 points back from potentially jumping into the top 10, which will help us with seeding purposes. Steven is down in 18th. Still, he's okay. Decent that he's in 18th right now. Joe is 24th. If Joe can find a way to get a win and catapult himself up, we could see 3 Hondas in the chase for the cup. So I'm kind of hoping that Joe gets there. A little bit further down, of course, you guys know Brian Vickers was suspended a race. He's 34th in the standings. Jeremy Mayfield missed a few races. So did John Andretti because they were benched by their teams. David Strimmy is still out here trying to make as many races as possible. He hasn't been able to complete the full season. Neither has Scott Riggs since they made those changes there. Jeremy Mayfield as well. Bill Elliott needs to come out onto the track a little bit more, but 820 points doesn't mean anything too bad. Mike Bliss, Stephen Light, Paul Menard, and Ricky Craven at a bottom 43. So we've had a lot of drivers come in as the season is going on, at least for one race or two. So that includes Carl Long and them. So we'll see kind of what happens down the line. The chase for the cup is coming up very soon. I believe we are we're the second 3-time winner behind Kevin Harvick. Martin Truex Jr., 2-time winner, also won the Daytona 500. Casey Kane, 2-time winner. Denny Hamlin, 2-time winner. Steven, with his 1 win at his home track of Michigan, will qualify for the chase as long as he stays in the top 20. So that'll be great for Steven. Really hoping he does. Down a little bit further, we got MB2 Motorsports' Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Jeff Burton. So we've got a really stacked class of people already. So if I'm not mistaken, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 drivers already automatically into the chase right now, as long as they stay in the top 20 in the points. So looks like I'm gonna have my work cut out for me once the chase comes. We also need to make money. We're flat broke. If you liked today's video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next episode, where hopefully we'll have money. Be easy, everybody.